This is an Uber training tutorial done by Jerry Feliz using VoiceOver and Zoom.
Hello, my name is Jerry, and today we're going to be going over the Uber app, the Uber user interface using access technology, assistive technology, voiceover, and magnification on our iPad. And you can also use this on your iPhone, which is how people mostly order Uber rides. Open Uber. Turn voiceover on.
Okay, voiceover is now on.
I'm going to go to the top left-hand corner as we start on our default page.
Menu button.
I'm going to double tap on menu. The first thing that's going to appear is the person's name, account information. As I swipe right,
Average rating from.
it gives you the average rating because Uber is a two-rate system. The driver rates the passenger and the passenger rates the driver.
Messages button.
Messages is a tab that Uber sends you information to. So you can double tap on that and receive information from them or read the information they've sent you.
Do more with your account.
You can do more with your account, but it's faded out, that specific tab, for some reason.
Get food delivery.
You can access Uber Eats through this particular tab here, but there's other ways to do that as well, so we're going to bypass that for now.
Make money driving.
You can also register to become a driver with Uber.
Your trips.
Your trips is a really important tab. We're going to double tap on that.
Your trip.
Okay, top left-hand corner, the architecture
Close.
of Uber is top left-hand corner. You have an X or the close button for those of us using VoiceOver. Below that,
Your trips.
you have your trips. That's a heading. Every page you turn, you're going to encounter a new heading.
Showing past trips.
The showing past trips button, you can categorize the trips that you're looking for, either business or personal or family, etc. Swipe
Trip
right.
taken yesterday.
This
10:04
describes
p.m. You were
the
charged
trip.
$0 for that.
This describes the trip I just took yesterday. This happens to be canceled, but it still shows up anyway. Was charged $0 for that trip.
Trip taken yesterday. 10:04 p.m. You were charged $0 for that trip.
Good.
Button.
Now I'm going to swipe right.
Trip taken 8/2/21. 10:35 a.m. You were charged $65.07 for that trip. Button. Google.
Okay, so this was a long distance trip I took, and it tells me the amount. I'm going to double tap on this one,
Trip take.
and as we can explore the page on the top left hand corner,
Back.
we'll have a back button. As we swipe right,
Trip details.
the heading is trip details.
Trip taken
As we
8/2/21.
swipe
10:35
again,
a.m.
it's telling me detailed information about the trip, the time, the date. Above that, VoiceOver does not read this, but visually you can see that there's a map there, and it shows point A to point B destination. Now swipe right,
Trip fare $65.07.
tells you the trip fare.
You tipped plus
The tip
$9.76.
amount.
Add to your tip.
You
Button.
can add to your tip.
Picked up from. Dropped
Tells
off
you
at.
your pickup and drop off.
Receipt. Button.
It has a receipt button. If you try to double tap on it, unfortunately though,
Receipt.
it's not an actionable button, but it almost gives the impression that it should be.
Your driver was Juan. Button.
Okay, there's
Opens driver profile.
the Juan button, which is the driver profile button. Supposedly, it looks like you're supposed to be. It looks like an actionable button when you try to double tap. It doesn't do anything though. So this may be as a result of the ride is over. But in the event, if it's an active ride, you would probably have more access to that information. But we can explore that once we book a ride.
You rated Juan.
This said that I rated Huang, and it has, if you swipe right, 5 stars. As we keep swiping right,
After your trip, driver can't see your pickup or drop-off address details.
okay, after your trip, the driver cannot see your pickup drop-off info.
View what your driver sees.
Okay, let's explore this one because this one's pretty helpful. What does your driver see? Let's double tap on that.
View a trip.
Okay, so when we double tap on that, again, top left-hand corner is going to be a back button.
What your driver sees.
The heading is what does your driver sees, and there's more than one heading here, but that's the first one.
Page 1 of 4. Adjustable.
We have 1 of 4 pages.
Swipe up requesting a trip.
So there's the requesting a trip area. I'm not going to call it a button because it doesn't remotely look like a button. So this says request a trip. I'm going to zoom in here because VoiceOver does not read this information. It's almost like an untagged PDF. So driver sees your ride, rating, and approximate pickup and drop off. And really should read that. I'm going to swipe right again.
Driver on the way button.
It says driver on the way button, and this is an issue because it doesn't read all the information. It just says driver on, and visually it's also blocked as well, even though I swiped right. Driver sees your, and that's all it says visually. Then under that it has a picture of the profile and then Jerry, and then below that it has ride app pickup. So they could do some work on that to improve that functionality.
During your trip.
For this particular training, I'm using an iPad, so results can vary on different devices. However, I haven't done testing on it, so I don't want to specifically speak to that point without doing further testing. But as far as on the iPad side of things, they could definitely improve that. So let's swipe right.
Your driver won't see heading.
So now this is the second heading here, and it's called Your Driver Won't See. And if we want to picture headings, just imagine reading a newspaper, so it puts information into different categories. And that is something that Uber did do well when they were designing the app. It's a very logical app as well. So your driver does not see the following.
Your last name.
Does not see your last name.
Your last name. Your phone number.
Your phone number.
Your phone number. Rating you give your driver.
The rating you provide your driver.
Rating you give your profile photo.
And your profile photo.
Your profile learn more button.
There's a learn more button that takes you directly to a website for Uber, and it provides you more information.
Back button.
And I'm going to press the back button.
Back.
Okay, and then I'm going to go press the back button again.
Close.
And then I have the top left, I have the X or the close button. And X is for visual, and close is how they labeled that X button. So I'm going to double tap that.
Menu button.
Takes me back to the menu button or the default page. I got to open up this menu button.
Gary
FYI,
Feliza's
if
account.
I wanted to exit out of this, whether I'm using VoiceOver or not, I would just tap towards the middle area of the page out, because the page currently is split in half right now. You tap towards where the map is sort of visible, or where you could sort of see the rent button. If you tap towards that area, it will take you
Close
out
button.
of Uber once you double tap, and it also say close, so you can also exit out of the menu that way.
Menu button.
Double tap that again. If you're not using VoiceOver, just tap outside of that menu half page. So I'm going to double tap that again, the menu button.
Menu. Jerry Feliza's wallet button.
Below Trips' wallet, pretty important information. This is going to give
Uber
you
Cash balance.
Uber Cash information. Also gives you your credit card information and how you can add a credit card as well.
Ride page 2 of 2.
Allows you to
Ride profiles heading.
change your profile. So if you want to do this for business or work or personal, you can do that.
Start using Uber for business. Turn on vouchers
There's
heading.
vouchers.
Vouchers 0.
So you can add a voucher.
Payment offers.
You can take advantage of different payment offers. For example,
Unlimited 3% back with Apple Card button.
with Apple Card, it appears you get 3% back. Below
Promotions heading. Promotions heading.
there are promotions that you can take advantage of.
Uber
And that's
Cash.
basically
Balance.
it for the wallet.
Close.
We're going to go to
Button.
the top left-hand corner and close that.
Menu. Button.
All right. So now let's go back to menu again.
Jerry Feliza's account. Uber Pass. Button.
We have our
Uber Rewards. Button. Uber Reward. Choose Rewards. Button.
So our Uber Rewards, this is where you could find out how many points you have. In my case, it's over 2,500 points. As I swipe right, it will take me to
Choose Rewards.
Choose
Button.
Rewards. If I double tap on that, it'll give me a variety of different rewards. The best one, in my opinion, is 20% off your next ride, 10% off your next ride. You can get free food, you can get different offers, but definitely take advantage of your Uber Rewards.
Close.
Top left-hand
Button.
corner, double tap.
Menu.
Close button.
Button.
Double tap again on the
Jerry
menu
Feliza's
button.
account. Button. Send a gift. Button.
You can send a gift. But I'm going to go back because I skipped one, which was help.
Help.
Help
Button.
gives you a
Help.
whole
Close.
bunch of different
Button.
categories. Let's just swipe through them.
Help. Heading.
Top, you got the heading.
Your last trip. Heading.
Talks about your last
Trip taken yesterday. Report an issue with this
You
trip.
can report
Button.
an issue with that trip.
All
if you had
topics.
one.
Heading.
Bunch of different topics here.
Trip issues and refunds. Button.
Refunds.
Account and payment options.
Account and
Button.
payment
More.
options,
Button.
more.
A guide to Uber.
A
Button.
guide to Uber, which could be helpful to read.
Uber Pass. Button.
Uber Pass information.
Uber Rewards.
Uber
Button.
Reward.
Signing up. Button.
Signing up.
Accessibility.
Accessibility policies.
Support messages.
Information
Heading.
on that subject.
Support messages. Heading.
Support messages and
View all messages.
view all messages. Let's go top left.
Close.
Again.
Button.
Close.
Menu. Button. Jerry Feliza's account.
So we
Button.
did help, and we've done Uber Rewards. Now let's do the pass.
Uber Pass.
let's go
Uber
tap
Pass.
on
Your
it.
savings.
So
$32.91.
I'm actually registered right now for the Uber Pass. You have to really make a determination whether this is worth it for you. You can sign up for it in this particular location, and quite often Uber tries to prompt you to sign up for this. If you're using it quite a bit, it's probably worth to get the Uber Pass. However, I still have my reservations because it does offer you 10% off of rides. Although making sure that it's 10% is a different story. But totally your decision on that. If you're not using it for a lot of rides, so if the frequency is low, you want to consider probably not getting that, because you're going to be paying $25 a month for that particular feature. Okay, we're going to exit out of that.
Close. Menu. Button.
Double tap again on
Menu. Uber Rewards. Uber Pass. Send a gift.
You can send
Button.
a gift through Uber.
Settings. Button.
You have your settings button, and then below that you have legal. So if you wanted to be aware of
Settings.
some of the legal,
Legal
policies
button.
for Uber, feel free to check that out.
Settings.
Let's double tap on settings.
Settings. Jerry
It gives you
Feliz.
just a ton of information
8.
about your profile, your home, your work, your favorite locations.
Safety. Heading.
Has a safety.
Manage trusted contacts.
You can manage
Share your trip status with
trusted
Verify your
contacts.
ride. Use a pin to make sure
Verify
you
your
get in the
ride.
right ride check. Manage your ride check notifications.
You
Button.
can manage your ride check notifications, because you do get them as the driver comes closer to, say, 2 minutes away. Or if your driver contacts you, you can get it through notification, so you can manage it there. That's something to be familiar with. Here is an offer here below.
Rewards. Heading.
Rewards,
Marriott Bonvoy. Earn points on
Bonvoy.
rides and
offers, rewards. So there's a collaboration there with Uber.
privacy. Manage the data you share with us.
This
Button.
is good because it's good to know where the privacy setting is. Have a little bit more control of what data you're sharing.
Security. Control your account security with two-step verification and
So
more.
if you're
But-
concerned about the safety of your account, you can add an additional step. And then there's a sign out button as well that you can choose if you want to sign in with a different account. And go again to the top left hand
Close.
corner, close out of this.
Menu. Button.
Okay. So again, we're going to be in the top left hand corner, starting there. That's our menu button. We're going to swipe right.
Explore local cuisines. Help your neighbors by helping yourself to something tasty. Eat local. Button.
Okay, so if we double tap on this,
Close. Uber.
this opens up Uber Eats. So if you wanted to use this application, simply double tap on that area there. So I'm going to exit out of there.
Menu button.
I just wanted to quickly demonstrate it. The focus of this video, this training, really is utilizing Uber instead of Uber Eats. Again, it's a real helpful app, but if you wanted to access it, you can access it by selecting this particular tab here.
Explore local cuisines. Help your neighbors by helping
It
yourself
actually
to
looks more
something.
like a banner than it looks like a tab. All right, now we're going to swipe right.
Ride button.
We have our ride button that we can select. If I double tap that,
48%. Destination.
it
Search
does
field is editing.
begin
Where
the search field. Above that,
pickup location. Centris
you
Worcester
can also
button.
customize the location where you want to be picked up. Most of the time, you're going to get picked up from the location that you are at. Sometimes, the more comfortable you get with the app, like for example, I use this occasionally to have friends that are visually impaired come to my home, and I will order the Uber for them, so the location will change. But in most cases, it's going to just be the current location, which is already selected by your GPS. So now I'm going to go back.
Back menu. 43%.
Multiple ways to complete the same task, which is also a product of good design. And so that is one feature that I do like about the Uber app, that it gives you multiple ways to access different functions on the application. For example, Uber Eats was in the menu area, and rewards. So Uber Rewards, in addition to that, there's other features that you can access in different locations. So it's a good product of good design to have multiple ways to access the same information.
Booking a ride.
So how do we book a ride? We could do it the previous way that I demoed, which is press that button.
Ride button.
Press the ride button.
Where to?
The most common way that people do this is just going directly to the where to field, double tapping into that field.
Destination. Search
And
field
then
is editing. Where
there's-
to? Insertion pointed
multiple-
start.
multiple ways to enter the information. You could either do it using the virtual keyboard, which is below us, and you can manually type it. You can select the microphone
Dictate.
button, which is
Double tap to
dictation button.
start dictation.
However, if you're using VoiceOver, the best way to do
Destination.
it is to
Search field is
double
editing.
tap into
Where
the
to? Character
edit field
mode.
and the where to field. So it's the double tap into the where to field,
Insertion
that,
pointed end.
and then do a 2-finger double tap. 500 Washington Street, Brighton, Massachusetts. So I use dictation to populate the information into the where to field. The best thing to do after that is to swipe right.
Clear text button.
Swipe right again. That would clear your text.
500 Washington Street, Brighton, Massachusetts button.
This populated a result. So above it is what you wrote in, but as you swipe right, it populated a result. And that's
500
really
Washington
what
Street.
you want to select. So let me double tap on the populated result.
Back button.
Once I have done that, it initiates the process to get a ride. And it gives me few options. To the top left-hand corner, we have our back button now. If I swipe
Destination.
right, it gives
500
me
Washington
my destination location on a map. As I swipe right again,
EDA. Unavailable. Pickup. Centris Worcester. Double tap to edit pickup.
okay, and so that's the pickup location, and the previous location was the drop-off location. As I swipe right again,
Pass saves you 10% on this trip.
it gives me information about the pass, which I'm actively using. If I swipe right
Selected.
again,
UberX. Fare $51.58. Discounted from $57.31. Estimated drop-off 10:26 p.m. Capacity 3 people. Button.
So in this particular case, it saves me $6. So that's what the cost of this trip would be. And I definitely believe that because that sounds accurate. Okay. So if I swipe right,
Uber XL. Fare $71.06.
this is going to be an Uber XL. It also shows me the savings on that as well. In this particular case, it was $8. Okay, and now I'm going to swipe right again.
Comfort. Fare $60.43. Discounted from $67.
And then as I swipe right again,
Economy. UberX. Comfort. Uber XL. Fare $71.
eventually
Uber
take
Pet.
me to-
Payment method. No cars available. Button.
it takes me to where I would double tap, where I would tap to confirm the pickup. Let me make sure that I've selected
UberX. Fare. Back. Button. No cars
It says there's no
available.
cars available.
Button.
I'm gonna double tap that because that would be the confirmation piece, right?
Back. Button.
Okay. Now it is looking for
Confirm your pickup spot. Heading.
looking for me to confirm my pickup spot, and I'm gonna swipe right.
Selected pickup location. Set search. Button. Confirm pickup. Button.
So I have to navigate until I get to the confirm field, okay, or the confirm button, not the confirm field, the confirm button. Then I would double tap on that.
Back. Button.
Okay. Once I have done that,
While mask guidance is evolved, CDC.
there is a message here from Uber giving you information that you gotta wear a mask. I'm gonna so it has a couple of bullet points here. I'm gonna skip all the way down to a checkbox that we have to select.
I am wearing a mask. Star required for all riders and drivers. Button.
I can double tap that, or if I'm just using Zoom, all I would have to do is tap on that. So I'm gonna double tap,
Selected.
and then
I
I'm gonna
confirm.
say I confirm.
Button.
I'm gonna double tap that.
Menu.
Okay.
Button.
Now it's gonna look for a ride for me, and I'm obviously gonna cancel this ride. I don't need this ride.
Button.
and
Button.
it is
Driver
saying-
profile. 4.89
This
star
says
rating.
that this driver is
Button.
13
Image.
minutes away,
Your driver is 13 minutes away.
and in this case, you have a bunch of different fields that you can explore. So it gives me
Your driver.
the-
Prabal. Button.
gives me the driver's name, the type of
Opens
vehicle,
driver profile.
the license plate information.
Message driver.
I can
Button.
text the driver if I need to. I can
Call driver.
call
Button.
the driver if I need to. This is
Spotlight.
really
Button.
helpful. Let's double tap on that.
Spot
The
close.
spotlight.
Button.
This actually, the screen right now turned purple. You'd point your phone up in the air, and the driver would spot you. They know what color they would be looking for. This is a real nice feature that Uber added.
Close. Button.
The close button is on the very bottom. Double tap that.
Back. Button.
Usually I notify the
Double
driver
tap to message
by double
driver.
tapping
Button.
into the text message field and just sending a message. It's a really good feature to have, letting them know, look, you're visually impaired, etc. and etc. Okay.
Destination.
Giving you my
500 Washington
destination.
Street. Trip fare. $51.50. Riding with someone.
If I'm riding with someone,
Split fare.
you can
Button.
potentially split a fare. You both would need the app, obviously.
Share trip status.
You want to share your
Button.
trip status with a family member or friend so that you feel more safe.
Cancel ride. Button.
This is the cancel ride button, which I'm gonna do.
Safety. Button.
This is a safety feature that
Double tap to access safety tools.
if you needed to access some safety tools.
Tap to access new safety tools. Button.
There's
Your
and
driver
more.
is 11. Is this a valid name for your pickup place?
Okay, and then they're asking me if this is a valid name for my pickup place. I can select yes or no. But since this is an example, I'm going to just cancel this ride. So I'm going to go back up to the cancel button.
Cancel
Double
ride.
tap on that.
Back. Yes. Cancel. You may be charged a small fee. Yes.
I'm going to
Cancel.
cancel.
But yes. Back button.
Hopefully I wasn't charged a fee for that, but that's fine. Usually if you cancel very quickly, that's usually not an issue. We're talking about the difference of 1 minute or so.
No cars available button.
Okay. So that's how you would book an Uber ride. Very simple, user-friendly interface that allows you to book a ride. More often than not, I use the dictation function to input my information. It's just the easiest thing because most of the time you're really ordering on a small display, which is your iPhone or your Galaxy phone or whatever smart device you're using. In this particular case, I'm using an iPad, which was a lot easier to use as far as inputting information from the visual standpoint. Hope this has been helpful. It's a pretty comprehensive interface, but very user friendly. This has a lot to do with your comfort level with the assistive technology piece. We're happy to provide training. If you need training on the assistive technology side, it will give you more confidence when using apps like this. These ride sharing apps have changed people's lives. It's giving access to so many different locations, grocery stores, access to family that's far away. I couldn't recommend them enough. There are other resources out there for first time users of the app. Happy to provide that information as well. Take care.
For more information, contact Jerry Feliz, Access Technology Director, phone number 857-443-6636, email jfeliz@mapcommunity.org.